And welcome to 12 Man Studios in the south end of Kyle Field. I'm Jacob Ersky, joined by Texas A&M head men's golf coach JT Higgins for this week's edition of Higgins Hindsights. Coach, thanks for being here this afternoon.
Oh, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Coming off last week, played on the Emerald Isle of Ireland in the Waterville Classic. Second place finish team-wise. You had to battle some tough conditions there, but talk about your team's performance. Talk about that experience, not only playing in a tough tournament, tough competition, but playing abroad.
Going overseas was awesome. I think it's such a great opportunity for the young men to be able to go experience another culture, see another part of the world. For us especially, too, it's some of the best golf courses in the world, and it's a completely different style of play. So it was just overall just a great experience for them. Got to play in some weather, some what you would picture, British Open conditions, those kind of things. And so I think the trip itself, the guys really had a great time, learned a lot, and I think they have some great memories that they're going to hold on to for the rest of their lives. So that was really cool.
Individually strong performances from Ben Crancer and Connor Black. In fact, Connor Black shooting a low round 72 on Saturday. Talk about their individual performances.
Well, it was great to see both of them for different reasons. Ben's been one of our leaders for the last 3 years. Had a little bit of an off year last year. He's really got his game back, and it's exciting to see him really buy into everything that we've been working with him on, and to get back to the form that he had. So if he continues to play like that, I think we have a great chance to be successful because we're depending on him. Connor played as the number 5 guy in our lineup. This was his first tournament of the fall. He was one of the top junior players in the country coming out of high school. Really towards the end of his senior year, kind of lost his game. Almost gave up the game of golf. It had gotten to the point where it was so frustrating for him. And credit to him, he stuck it out and he's worked his tail off to get back. And it's fun to see. He's playing. He's not back to where he was, but it's still pretty impressive golf, and looks like he's getting back into form. So we're excited about Connor. Just in those conditions, you don't really know what good is, So it was really demanding and difficult to play in. The guys, I think that second round they said the wind gusts were up to 45, and you're right next to the ocean. You could actually taste the salt.
Oh, wow.
Mixed in with the rain that was coming down. So you'd be getting pelted with this sideways rain that was blowing in on you, and then you'd be licking the salt off your lips. And sometimes the wind was blowing so hard, guys had trouble keeping their balance. So they'd be in their backswing and falling over when they were hitting the shot. And so, you just had a lot of things that you don't normally have to deal with. And the guys handled it great. The adversity, it was tough, but I think they embraced it, and they really enjoyed the opportunity to compete in something like that. I don't think it's something they want to do every day. I think our scoring averages took a hit, for sure when your best round in those conditions was a 78 was for our team. A kid from Ireland shot a 72 was just, that's like shooting a 60 in normal conditions, what he did. So, but the 78 was the second best round of the day in the golf tournament. And then, the guys battled hard, though. They never quit.
He's cheating, though. For him, those are normal conditions, true. So he might have a little bit of advantage.
We asked them that if those were normal conditions for them, and they said, no, this is bad for us. We wouldn't play today if it wasn't a golf tournament. If it was just a normal day, they'd be inside by the fire. In their words, they'd be having a pint. So.
Well, next week, the conditions may get a little bit easier. The competition may stay the same, but the conditions in California will hopefully be better, more conducive to play. Heading to the Gifford Collegiate in Carlsbad, California. It's your final tournament of the fall season. What are you looking for as far as performance-wise out of your team?
Well, it's a great field. The teams that are going to be there are some of the best on the West Coast, and there's a few other teams coming as well, but I'm anxious to see where we stack up. So far this year, we've done well. We've beaten the teams that we're supposed to beat. We really haven't beaten a lot of the top. We played a great schedule, so we played a lot of top 10 teams. We haven't knocked off a lot of those guys. We've been very competitive with them. We've had some good showings, but it'd be nice to start beating those guys and kind of showing that we belong with the elite teams in the country. That I think we're really solid. We've done some really good things, but now it's time to raise the bar a little bit and step up. And then I'm hoping that we continue to develop, and improve. There's a lot of things we've worked on, and we've gotten better every week. We've really stressed putting this year. It was not a strength of ours last year, and we spent a ton of time on it. It feels like we're getting better week to week in that, and all the guys' confidence is is rising with every showing. We've got a lot of young guys playing, and you can tell they're getting more and more comfortable with the travel and handling school and all the things that go with being a college golfer. So, it's one less chance to go out and show what we can do, and hopefully we're up to it.
Looking back at the fall, as this is y'all's final tournament of this fall season, how do you feel like your team has progressed, basically from the beginning of this season, the beginning of the year, to this point now?
I think we've come a long way. It was such a disappointing season last year that a lot of it was a lot of time was spent building our confidence back up and making these guys realize they are really good at this game. And I think they know that. I think that they're believing in themselves again. That was really our biggest task as a staff. And then we really try to make them where they feel like they are great putters, great short games, and so we've just spent all of our practice time on that. All our guys can hit the ball fantastic. They're wonderful ball strikers, and so we just need to make sure that we got back to scoring and emphasizing that over swing. And so that's been impressive. I think we've gotten better as the year's gone on. We've got really a couple true freshmen have played quite a bit this year. That we've got their feet wet a little bit. Chandler Phillips has done an amazing job. He's played in every tournament so far, and so he's getting used to college golf and the competition. Just stepping up a level, and then the seniors have been fantastic. Adria Arnos, Ben Crancer, and Andrew Lister have really been stellar, not just on the road, but in their preparation as we get ready, showing the younger guys how we do things. And then they've actually stepped up their games too and played. They've been really competitive and made it tough for the younger guys to get in the lineup. So they've been really impressive. I like where we're at. I think we've got a really strong team, and I think we've got a chance to be really good.
Well, if there's anybody that can develop them, it's probably you, because last week you actually found out that you're selected for induction to the the American Golf Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Describe your reaction when you found that out. Has that sunk in yet?
A little bit. I was pretty surprised. I think that the biggest thing is I still feel like I've got a long way to go as far as my career. I'm just there's parts of me that feels like we're just getting started, So, and there's other parts of me when we have a bad week that I'm like, wow, is this ever going to end? But no, I feel I'm really honored. I think that it's beyond my wildest dreams. To be honest with you, I never thought that was something that would happen, and I definitely didn't think it would happen now. So I'm proud of it, and the thing you realize though, you reflect on stuff and how you got it and all those kind of things. I mean, I've been fortunate. I've been around great coaches, whether when I was an assistant or working for a great head coach in Dwayne Knight at UNLV, or my assistants that I've had here have all been phenomenal and done such a good job helping us where we're going. And then of course, great players. We tell people in the recruiting process all the time that great coaches don't make great players. It's the other way around. If you start off with great players, then you're going to be pretty successful. And we've had more than our share of great guys that have come through at Texas A&M and also at New Mexico and UNLV. So, I've been blessed. I've had the best of everything. I've had great athletic directors to work with. I've had great facilities. I've had great support from our donors and our community. So, it's just a great combination, and I think I was the beneficiary of a lot of good things.
Well, congratulations again on that. An incredible honor for you and Texas A&M men's golf team, their final tournament of the fall season next week at the Gifford Collegiate in Carlsbad, California. For this edition of Higgins Highlights, for JT Higgins, I'm Jake Kaburski from the South End Zone of Kyle Field.